Good morning, everyone. I'd like to tell you about an experience that I had that was unexpected this week. So on Saturday, I made myself a smoothie in the morning, and I wanted it to be a spicy smoothie. So I thought, well, what can I add some ginger to that, some turmeric, maybe some kale with the stems, real get spicy. And I wanted it more spicy. It just felt spicy. And I thought to myself, oh, well, I've got the cannabis leaf in my freezer. And some of you may know this, I grow cannabis, mostly because I just love to grow it. I give 99% of it away, and I really enjoy the experience. And at the end of last season, I was doing the trimming, and I kept a bunch of the leaves, and I put them in a bag with some of the trim. And so I took 2 big handfuls of that and put it in the smoothie. And I thought to myself, well, you don't get high on THCA, which is what's in the raw plant matter. You have to encapsulate the THCA. We'll break it down with heat and convert it to THC. So I'm not going to get high from this smoothie. I've made cannabis leaf smoothies with just the leaves from the plants in a raw form before and been fine. So the trim shouldn't be really any different. And you got to have a fat to absorb the THC molecule, and so I didn't put anything really fatty in there, and I put ice cubes in so I could keep the temperature low, and I blended it up and I drank it down, and I went on with my morning. And a couple hours later, I was sitting at my computer and working on something, and I looked to the left. I was like, I recognize this sensation. Well, I guess I was wrong about that science. And so I did a bit of research, talked to a friend, and was like, okay, it looks like I'm in for an 8 or 10 hour journey here. My second journey of the week. Unexpected. All right, well, now that I have this new perspective that I found earlier in the week of looking at things in a more playful nature, I guess I'm going to have a play day today. So I got my butt into the tub outside, sat in some hot water, and just felt what was coming up, and just played with it. And what I got is that I found my yes and my no more strongly than before. When I asked this question of myself, I was like, do I want to go on a run with my buddy right now? I felt like there was something pulling at the center of my back. Like, no, you don't want to do that. Nope. And then I asked myself the question, like, do I want to hang out with this girl that I've been having these video chats with? Want to see her in person? And it was like, yes. Felt like a rod coming out of my chest. And I was like, okay, well, those are really clear. So I guess I got to call my buddy and tell him I don't want to go on a run with him like we'd planned. So I call him up, and I was like, yo, man. He's like, oh, so you want to go on that run? I was like, I accidentally got really high today, and I'm feeling lethargic right now. He's like, oh, good. Because I took mushrooms today, so I'm really high too, and I didn't want to go either, but I would have gone. And so we had tacos instead, and as I was eating the tacos, I was just imagining both of us being on this run, neither of us wanting to be there, both totally high on different substances, and it's just like, okay, well, this is what happens when you are authentic and say what you really feel. So saying what I feel and what's true for me is paying off. Oh, one more thing I forgot. So I remember that when I was pouring my second glass of smoothie, part of me said, maybe you shouldn't drink that. That might be too much. And I remember literally having like a conversation with myself being like, what, too much smoothie? Get too full? And I didn't get what it was saying, which is that you might get too high on that. So part of me actually knew what the cannabis was going to do. And yet the conscious brain up here hadn't put those pieces together to know that that was going to be the scenario. So part of me maybe wanted it to happen, wanted me to have to go through that and to have those experiences and get more in touch with my yes and my no. Maybe. But what's also interesting is that there are different levels of knowledge here, and these parts have knowledge and experiences that I don't always have access to, especially if I'm shutting them down, then I'm not getting access to their experience and their knowledge. So the more I keep opening up here, the more access I have to different levels of personality, knowledge, experience. So it's really interesting. Well, if you liked this video, you like the other videos, please subscribe, please share it with friends, and I'll keep doing it. Thanks for being with me on this healing journey. Much love.